Hey boss, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Build Feed the Beast Battleground. So we've got a lot of the game mechanics done already. So today we're going to work first of all on some lights here. There's no way of the teams knowing what team controls which base, so that's where we're going to start today. We're going to set up some lights to let the teams know green controls this base or blue controls this base basically. So I have set up some codes for the wireless already. We will have to go down below and set up the wiring for that. But first of all, the way I'm going to do this is just with stacks of lights, and the wiring will go up the middle. So there'll be a green stack and a blue stack. And then we will have, let's bring that down a little bit further, all the way down actually. Same with the green, and we'll put the receiver here, turn it, receiver, and turn it. So for the codes, we have, this is the first base, and this is blue, so light blue 1. And for green, light green 1. So, as you can see, I have the first base done in already. The green is on right now, and the blue is off. So, once I put the wires on here, all these lights come on as well. And I capped off the top as well. And now, the way the redstone works, this light here will come on because this light is powering the block directly, but lights here on bottom, they will not power. So basically we'll just put some bedrock here just to protect the circuitry anyway, since it is PvP. And for the middle, what we'll do is just have glass, just to give it a little bit of transparency. So we'll run a glass line up through the middle. So that'll be it for the lighting, and as normal we'll have to repeat again for the other ones as well. Now I had quickly wired in the wireless for the lights. Is just to put here just past the RS latch. The only thing is I'm going to change this a little because like I said, at the start of the game nobody controls the base, and I want to show that in the lights as well. So we're going to put in AND switches so that this wireless will turn off both of these as well before the power is initially activated. So we will remove the wireless here. Oops. And we will attach that to an AND gate. Now we want to use an invert. The reason we are using the invert here is because the wireless is going to be on before the game starts, and that if the wireless was on, that will allow it to go through. We want it to not allow as long as this is on. So we'll just switch it up, and that way it will go through. So we take our screwdriver and change the input for this, and then change this to base 1 start. So now it's before the game has begun, so the button has been pressed, so these lights are not on. So now we will just come out here, put in our transmitter, and this will be light green 1. So the light will not be on until the tower is activated for the first time. Now with the ones down here we don't have enough room, so I'm going to just be putting in panels just so we can avoid having to move the wiring that we have right next to it. So we'll just do the same thing except for up on panels. Okay, so I have the wiring done for both sides now, all 4. Like I said, I put it up on panels just to save from having to move everything. Now if you remember from before, we had this wireless put in so that when it's game over it will deactivate the timers again to stop the points. That will also turn off all the lights as well. I want, when say green team wins, all the green lights to turn on then. So that's where we'll start work next. Okay, so the way we're going to wire this in, we're going to use this RS latch, so when green team wins, this will deactivate this side. So we'll just invert that. So when green team wins, it will activate this wire, and we'll just hook up the 4 wireless transmitters to that for the 4 green lights. Okay, now with the towers, I don't really want players to be camping out on top of here. I want players to move around, get active and stuff, so the way we're going to do that is with the player detector again. I'm going to do it, say, maybe around this high. Quantum generator first, just so we don't blow it up. We put it down to 32, and we'll put the player detector below that, and get rid of the bedrock. So that player detector detects all players, so it's detecting me now. So let's just try it out. Whenever you come in, right to here, it'll activate, and what that's going to do is deactivate this tower. So the way we can do that is simply, simply put a platform here and, not a receiver, a transmitter, and turn it around. And this will be base 1 start. So yeah, as long as there's a player within range, it can't start. The points won't go through, the lights won't be on. Okay, now we want a light for the flag as well, but we're going to start with the wiring this time. So this is the timer for the flag. We're going to use this end of it since a pulse through here won't shut the timer off. So we're going to hook this into an RS latch. So whenever a new flag spawns, this will turn this on, and we will hook the light onto here. Let's see, flag spawn is 4001, flag light 4003. But we want to turn that back off again after a certain amount of time. So we'll use a repeater here and a repeater here, and they will be hooked into the off switch, and we'll make it a second delay, so 2, 3, 4, 8, 16, and 2, 3, 4, so that's 1 second. So again, when this wire goes off, it will also go through the repeaters to turn the RS back off after a second. So the light will stay on for a second every time a flag spawns. And I also just realized that I forgot to deactivate the flag at the game end as well, so we'll simply do that by putting in the receiver and putting this on game end, or game over. And now once the game is over, it will reactivate this line, and that will deactivate the flag from spawning again. Now for the light for the flag, I'm just going to use the wool that I had here to mark the center. I'm actually just going to replace that with white lights all around, and this is what will light up once the flag has spawned. So we'll make sure we don't interfere with this, but just clear out under all these lights for now. And wire them all in. Actually, the outside ones don't need to be wired. This should work just like this. So we will attach the wireless receiver here, spin it around, and flag light. So every time it goes on, it should light up all of these lights now. And up top, what we're going to do, we'll just bring some lights up above Actually, probably that high. And we'll just build. It's just going to be a straight tower up. Probably that high. And again with wireless. Actually, we'll take out this one to put in the wires. We're going to need wires on this side as well to light up these blocks. And that will be flag light. So now this whole thing should light up whenever this wireless goes off. And we're going to do one last thing with the lights here. We're going to do a very basic scoreboard type system just so players can glance this side, get a quick idea of how each team is doing. The way we're going to do that is with frames. So we're going to have 2 pillars, one for the green, one for the blue. 1, 2, 3, 24, and 25. So it's going to be 25 lights tall basically. This one will be the green. Oh, we actually want inverted lamps. Inverted blue and inverted green. And that will signify, so each light is 4 points. When it's fully up, that's 100 points, and that's the game over. Okay, now in order to move these up, what we're going to do, I'm actually going to have lights on the side as well, just to make them more visible. So I'm going to need to move them from the back, so we'll just build a little platform out of bedrock here. We'll get it out of the way. So this will be where we set up our blue electric stuff for the frame motors. We're going to need a battery box and some solar panels. We'll set it today. And so that should be charging. And we're going to set up some frame motors. One there and another one below that. So yeah, one for down and one for up. And we'll set up our wireless in order to activate those, because we'll have our circuitry built below as usual. Now I have these already put in, I believe. Yeah, green down and green up. And we'll rotate those into place. And yeah, so we just need to hook those up to the power. That's not going to work. Do it like that. And they should be powered and ready to go as soon as we get enough charge here. So now we need to extend this down a little bit just so it gets within range. And then we'll just need to fill in the lights and we'll build our circuitry below. Okay, now for the wiring for the scoreboard, we're going to jump in on this redstone here, but we need to make sure we get in before the AND gate so we don't miss out on the other 50, and we need to make sure we include the flag points as well. So we're just going to jump in right here on this wire. We'll hook in here, and the way we're going to do the scoreboard is with a counter. So the counter will be wired up. We want it to go to the positive side, so like I said, every 4, so it's going to count to 4 and the decrement is going to be 4. So every time it gets to 4, we're going to need a cover strip. Rifle. So every time we get 4 points, this wire will activate, and it will also reset the counter again. And this wire is what's going to tell the green to go up basically. So this one will be green up. And I've got the blue one put in as well, and I'll wire it up. So I guess that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode we'll do some finishing touches on the map. We should have a beta probably be available next episode as well. So thanks for watching as usual, and if you like and subscribe, and have a good one.